A teenager collapses on a baseball field and in a matter of minutes dies in front of his teammates. Now his parents, friends, school leaders and others are demanding changes to youth athletics. 8 News senior reporter Nate Eaton is here now to share their story in an 8 News special report. Nate?
A year ago, David Deans was getting ready to play summer sports. Like your kids, he laced up his shoes and spent hours and hours practicing. But that will never happen again. And now his parents want changes made so that what happened to their child doesn't happen to yours.
David was a very vibrant 17-year-old boy.
David Deans was not just your average teenager.
These are pictures at his most happiest time.
The Highland Springs High School junior excelled in school.
He was loved by everyone.
Was a best friend to everybody.
He always tried to help any way he could.
And loved sports.
He played baseball, he played soccer, he swam on the swim team. Every sport that practically had a ball, he played.
4 months ago, as a member of the Richmond Metropolitan Baseball League, the healthy athlete traveled with his team to Florida. It was the annual All-Star Tournament, and it was David's time to shine.
I kissed him, told him I love him, made sure that he had everything, made sure that he had eaten, and he left to go on his trip.
The next day, David's parents received a life-changing phone call. Their 6'4" muscular son had collapsed on the field.
Then they called back and said they couldn't revive him.
David was rushed to the hospital as his parents anxiously awaited updates.
Next thing I know, I get the worst call of my life, saying that my son is not here anymore. He's died. I go numb, because that's one of my best friends.
At his funeral, David's friends wore number 2 armbands, and as loved ones remembered the popular teen, one question was on his mother's mind.
I want to know, exactly what happened. Were there any CPR performed on him?
Other team members say no.
It just flabbergasted me.
Like Lenora Gaither's son, he was there and says the coaches didn't know and didn't perform CPR.
Had a coach been properly trained and or certified, it could have been a different turnaround.
David's parents are waiting on an autopsy to find out exactly how he died, but they strongly believe CPR would have made a difference.
It would have, and I think that's very necessary, and that is what I want to use my voice to do.
They're now calling on local leagues, school boards, lawmakers, and parents to make life-saving changes in youth athletics.
I want to make sure that organizations put in place certified CPR coaches, making sure that there's portable defibrillators on site.
I contacted the executive director of the Metropolitan Junior Baseball League for his account of what happened that day. In a statement, he says, "I respectfully decline to comment pending the final outcome of the investigation into the tragic death of one of MJBL's beloved players and the MJBL board's definite review of game safety procedures." He didn't say if his coaches are CPR certified, but I wanted to know if your child's coach at school is. In Chesterfield, no. A spokesman tells me athletic trainers who are CPR certified attend events, but coaches aren't required to know the skill. Same in Henrico Public Schools. Some coaches are certified, but it's not a requirement. A spokesman says certified trainers attend most high school events and rescue squads are at most varsity football games. That's how it is in Richmond, too. A spokesperson tells me certified trainers with Bon Secours are at every high school game, and rescue squads are normally on site. But once again, coaches don't have to be certified.
I'm very concerned.
Richmond School Board member Kim Gray says that's ridiculous. She believes every coach in Virginia should be CPR certified.
I think it's a critical need, not only with our coaches, our bus drivers, and our teachers. We need to have people on hand who know what to do in an emergency.
Gray has heard from parents like Lenora.
To be a coach, that should be one of the criteria they must meet. If your head coach can't get it, guess what? He's out of a job, plain and simple.
And David's dad and mom.
You want to make sure that whatever organization your child is playing for, that you ask one question. Is there someone CPR certified?
They say they'll continue to fight for CPR certified coaches until it's a requirement across the board. And even though they'll never get their son back,
He died doing exactly what he loved. He died playing baseball.
they hope lessons learned through his life and death will save someone else.
I look over at the baseball field, the soccer field, expecting him to be out there, running around. Just don't see it. Just can't believe he's gone.
Now, the Richmond Ambulance Authority is working with many local leagues and school systems to provide CPR training. And when you were a kid, you likely learned mouth-to-mouth CPR, but now that's changed. Research has found that simply doing chest compressions without mouth-to-mouth can be just as effective.
More bystanders are now conducting CPR because there isn't the stigma of having to breathe or put your mouth on the patient's mouth. It takes about 30 minutes of your life to learn this skill in order to give someone the rest of their life.
And as part of National CPR Week, free hands-only CPR will be taught at the Jewish Community Center on June 6th from 11 to 7, also at West Creek Emergency Center on June 8th from 9 until 2. Now, earlier on 8 News at 6, we asked what you thought about this. Should coaches be required to be CPR certified? An overwhelming majority of you said yes, 94%. 5% of you said no. Just this year, the General Assembly did pass a law that will require all high schoolers to be trained in CPR before they graduate. That starts with the freshman class of 2016, and teachers will also be required to have the training. Now, if you want to watch a simple guide on how to do CPR, we have posted a video on our website at WRIC.com. Christina.
All right, thank you, Nate. Some good information there.